morning, everybody. It's our first time doing this one. We tried Anchor podcast. Now we're doing YouTube Live real quick. This is our morning just talk. Me and Joe talk pretty much every day. We try and talk in the morning. And Coach Joe said, hey, why don't we go live and talk about some of the things that we talk about in privacy so that other folks can listen, learn, and maybe catch on and catch wind. And we hope that it influence you. Right now, we Coach, you want to tell us what we're going to talk about today?
Well, we're really just speaking about, being landlords. That's what we started speaking about a couple minutes ago, and the pros and the cons to it, and and how to overcome, those challenges, how to forecast those challenges, and when you're forecasting, you're preparing yourself, and not just yourself, but your business. You're preparing your business for those types of instances, because a lot of us, we hear it, boom, I want rental properties, you know, uh, but we work a minimum wage job. That's scary. That's scary. You can do that, but you need some type of income to help offset that. Because whenever you're responsible for your rental property mortgage, you're responsible for wherever you live mortgage, and your personal expenses. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. So, and every time that you add to that, it's even more. Now, the good thing is whenever you do properly prepare, you scale at the pace that is comfortable for you, at the appropriate pace. You could do it. I've done it. You've done it. You're doing it. I'm doing it, and we're still scratching our heads like, woo, you know.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And just in context, everyone, it's like with real estate, you could be up one day and then all of a sudden all hell break loose. That's why I said when it goes wild, it goes wild. Um, right now, the worst time of the year to have vacancies is around holiday time. And right now we have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And if you have vacancies during this time, the person that's maybe renting your property may not be as responsible as the people that move out during the spring, during the summer, during the first of the fall before school start. So you're actually gambling a
Mhm.
lot of times with people now. So, Coach, what's your
Yep.
opinion on that one?
No, I agree, man. I think November, December, January, the worst times for us as landlords to have vacancies. You have a smaller buying pool, so of people that are actually looking, because typically those that are, are family working really good quality jobs, they're set, until either that spring or that summer, because they don't like to make moves until especially if they have children, they don't like to make moves until it's warm, and then they can actually figure out exactly where those children will be going to school at. So right now it is a tough time. That's why I did, take one of your suggestions, which is end my leases. All of my leases now end on March 31st. March 31st. So if it's going to go, more than 12 months. So if you do a lease with me in March, you're going to do a 24-month lease. If you do it in other parts of the year, it's going to be 12, well, not 12, it's going to be 15, 16 months until I can get you on that March calendar, and then I can roll you into a 24-month lease. But I'm with you right now. It's just we're another week from now, people are already planning for next year. Mentally, they're planning for next year. So it's tough, and for you and I, hey, we want to make sure people are, just still paying the rent, and pray that we don't have many maintenance calls. You know.
No, man, not only that, I mean, I remember when I first started rental business, it seemed like people take a break in December. Like they'll pay November, but I don't get a payment again to about February because folks want to buy for the kids. They want to do things for Christmas. And they just say, hey, you know what? You're probably not going to evict me. I don't know. But whatever they do, they take
Man.
a break on paying. But I haven't had that problem lately, thank God.
Good,
And
good,
if I
good,
do,
good.
it usually be with one person or two out of
Mhm,
the numbers now. So, um, responsible adults should do responsible things. However,
mhm,
everybody's just not going to be responsible, right?
mhm. Man, that's scary, dude. I never. Now that's something new. I didn't know that you've experienced that in the past, and I've never experienced that. But it doesn't surprise that people try that on the small businesses. The
Yep.
larger businesses, they know that, nah, they're gonna get us up out of here. And so that's how I run my business now. Now I'm getting you up out of here. And it's whether you want to go or don't want to go, I'm getting you up out of here. But yeah, that's scary, man. That's
Yeah.
scary, man.
On top of vacancies and on top of what you talking about, get
Maintenance.
make ready, because when
Yep.
you have a vacancy, guys, coach hit on this earlier, and we only got like about 4 more minutes, coach, but we hit on this earlier. Coach hit on it earlier. You don't want to quit your day job. You don't want to be working a regular part-time job. If you are working a job where you make a minimum wage, you may want to pick up another job and then get a rental property and use that other job for those maintenance and for those calls and
Yep.
those vacancies and everything. I know that we hit Grant Cardone, which I love Grant Cardone. I know we hear Leon, which I love, Kobe Sperber, which I love, Dean Garzowski, which I love. We hear all these gurus talk about real estate, real estate, real estate, but we're coming on to say that, hey, there's another side to that coin. That coin got a heads and a tail. And
Mhm.
sometimes you heads up, and sometimes you tailed
Yeah,
out.
that's right. That's right, man. It's Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a beautiful thing, though. It really is. It's just all about preparation, forecast, and growing at the appropriate pace. That your wallet can support. And sometimes our wallet still can't support, but we'll still grow. So it's just just trying to be smart with making those decisions. And it's yeah, it's a wonderful thing though, because it truly allows you to build wealth. It does. It truly allows you to build wealth, and that's what that's why we're here. That is.
Yeah, coach. Yeah,
I
now
was
that's a great
looking at
segue, man. Go ahead.
I was looking at when you spoke about the make ready.
Yep.
Average cost for make ready is 5 grand. That's the average cost. So that's if you just painting 5 grand. Somebody moves out because we have to factor in we still got a mortgage, we still have utilities, and then we still got maintenance that we have to do. So 5,000 average. And I just did an eviction. Lady didn't pay for took 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months. So at 60 days, no payments. Payments I have to pay on the mortgage. Then I have to pay to get the property ready, labor and materials. So it's hard, man. Again, but it's so wonderful, so wonderful.
And let's talk about that real quick, Coach, before we get off. So some of the wonderful things about it, even though we talked about all the headaches and trying times that we're going through right now with vacancies, with evictions, and with the scare of Christmas coming up, um, it's also, like Coach said, rewarding. One thing that's rewarding for me, coach, is to provide homes that's reliable, that people like, that people love, that people getting to stay in something that they say, hey, they proud to be in. That's rewarding. When it come down to the second thing that's most rewarding is understanding that the opportunity that I have to either pivot by either doing a lease option to that person, pivot by doing a rent to own to that person, pivot by doing a seller finance to that person, or sell the property later on for a huge profit, or just keep it and keep cash flowing. Is two of the ones I would like to highlight, Coach. What you want to highlight about the wealth building strategy for you?
Man, look, all of them, man, all of them. It's Yeah, all of them. My long term is, I'm just renting out right now. I'm renting out until I cash out. And that's just my motto. I'm renting out till I cash out. And when I cash out, I'm cashing out. It's, when I cash out, I probably keep about five of the properties that we have right now, because that'll be still a six-figure a year salary. So I'll keep a good five of those properties, and the rest I'll just bank the money. And yeah. And so now cash out for a reason, because I can limit my risk, so I won't have so many assets to keep track of. And then two, my cash flow will still stay relatively the same. So I have cash in the bank, less liability. Well, it's not liability, less assets out there to manage, and still have consistent monthly cash flow. So that's the name of my game. Oh, and then I'm moving up out of the country, so I'm getting out of here, man.
Well, look here, man. Now, I appreciate you coming on, wanting to have a look, the same conversation we have in privacy, we're doing publicly, just to help other folks, motivate folks, inspire folks, and encourage folks to take action. Hear our conversation out loud. We hope that this served you. Again, we were talking about when it all goes wild and the time of year and not quitting your day job and not working on it one job, having another way to have some income available. We could have went down a lot of different avenues of that, which we could do in the future. But today we just want to make these short, simple, to the point. And then we talk about the positive part, the wealth building strategy, how we're cash flowing, and why we're doing this to give, someone a reliable home that probably wouldn't have had that nice of a home if not. So it's so many reasons to get in real estate. These are a few, and there's always good sides and always bad sides. So I always look at it as two sides of that coin. But guess what? It's the one you focus on the most that's going to aggravate you or make you feel successful. So pick and choose what you
Yeah.
want to depend on. Coach, you got any closing
Yes, sir.
comments?
Hey, man, look, definitely get on Coach's calendar, learn how to invest in real estate. It's still a great time to buy. It's just making sure you buy it the great way. So, it's still deals out there to be had. Right now is not a great time to sell, but it's definitely a great time to buy. And when you buy in, that's when you make your money. That's when you create your wealth. So definitely get involved in that. Next coming 2024, we'll be rolling out our new construction courses, and so I'm excited to be working with Coach on that. Excited to be starting those projects. Everything, man. It's just so much growth that's happening. And here's one of the things I learned, Coach, is that during difficult times, that's when the wealth gap widens the most. So I'll say it again. During difficult times, that's when the wealth gap widens the most. And I'll close with this. McDonald's, which we all know, they've grown their business, their profits. They've grown their profits 10% each year for the last 2 years.
Hmm.
So that's totally 20% from 2 years ago. They're up. They're up. And here's the thing: people haven't stopped going to McDonald's. They're still going. They're up. They've increased their cost. Well, not their cost, but they've increased their what they sell their materials for, their food, 10%.
Hmm.
That is like, and you say 10%, 10 cents on a dollar. We don't even
Yes.
really notice that. We're like, we don't even notice that. But if you got a billion people, buying McDonald's, or a billion transactions a day at 10 cents on the dollar, okay. So they're smart. Walmart, wealth has increased. Amazon, wealth has increased. Three major companies right now that's really controlling the world, because they own everything. Blackstone, Vanguard, and it's another one out there. I can't remember the other one. They're just, they own everything. You look at Chase, they got ownership in Chase. Real estate, they got ownership in real estate. You look at, I mean, healthcare, ownership in healthcare. You look at these things like that, they're just, I mean, it's amazing. And Vanguard is one of the people that manages 401k.
Hmm.
A lot of us don't even, they manage 401k, and that's one their $1 trillion business. So it's just, If you want to create, if you right now you will not be able to stay the same because the things are changing. Years are going to be getting richer or you're getting poor. The beautiful thing about the US, we get to decide. We get to decide with our actions. We can get richer or we can get poor. But with inflation, you're not staying the same. The cost of products, goods, and services are continuing to rise. So that's it for me, Coach.
But great deal. Thank you, Coach, man. Let's get it today. Let's make it happen. We'll talk later on this evening.
You got it, brother. Later.
All right, bro.